Stop right there. You don't live around here. I know everybody on this street. And you look real suspicious to me, boy. Where you think you going?
That is the governor's son. You are currently on state property. This entire interaction has been recorded by 4 federal security cameras. Badge number right now.
I live right there. Been living there my whole life, and that...
The phone call lasted 4 minutes. By the time the governor hung up, 3 senior officers from the department had already been notified. By the time the body camera footage was reviewed that same evening, the officer's supervisor had made 2 calls, one to the department's legal team and one to internal affairs. Nobody slept well that night. The officer was suspended before he even made it home. His badge and his weapon were collected at the precinct at 6:47 p.m. He sat in that parking lot for a long time after that, just sat there, because everything he thought that badge protected him from had just caught up with him in one afternoon. The footage dropped publicly 48 hours later, and it moved fast. By the end of that first day, it had been picked up by every major news network. Journalists were already outside the precinct by morning. The department released a statement calling the stop deeply troubling and announcing a full investigation. Nobody believed it was enough. The governor did not hold back at the press conference. He stood at that podium and said that his son had done everything right, had been respectful, had been calm, had been everything they tell Black children to be in those moments, and none of it mattered to that officer. And then he said something that nobody in that room expected. He said his son came home that evening and asked him why being the governor's son was the thing that saved him, and he told that press conference he did not have a good answer for his child. And the room went completely quiet. The internal investigation concluded in 30 days. The audit of the officer's previous stops over 3 years revealed 14 stops of Black and Latino minors in that same neighborhood. No charges filed in any of them, no documented probable cause in any of them, 14 children who never got a phone call made on their behalf, 14 families who just had to absorb it and keep moving. The officer was dismissed permanently. His law enforcement certification was revoked across the entire state. A civil rights complaint filed by the governor's office triggered a federal review of the department's stop and frisk practices going back 5 years. 3 other officers were flagged in that review. The department eventually settled with several of the families from those 14 previous stops for an undisclosed amount. And here's my truth about all of this. That boy asked his father why being the governor's son was the thing that saved him, and that question is the most important thing that came out of that entire situation. Because he already understood at his age what took that officer 11 minutes and a phone call from the governor to figure out that he never should have been stopped in the first place. That his safety on a public street should never have depended on who his father was. And until every Black child in this country can walk through any neighborhood without that calculation running in the back of their mind, we have not fixed anything. We have just changed who gets the phone call.